before my burnout episode, I was somebody that everybody could call at any time and say, Gift, please help me run this project. You could just call me at any time and I would always show up. So I was giving to society, I was giving to my friends. I was just everywhere. I stopped enjoying what I initially loved doing. So I stopped enjoying what I initially loved doing. I was constantly distracted. You could be talking to me and I would just zone out. I couldn't rest anymore. So 2 a.m., I'm up, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. My roommates were asking, what's going on? You're not going to sleep. They'll wake up and say, Gibbs, you're still awake. I was helping people write different things. Somebody could just text me, please, I need my assignments done, and I would do it. It was not paid. So it was not something that you would do something and then you would rest. It was something that I was tired constantly. There were not thoughts about me being tired. They were negative thoughts. So there were thoughts like, what if I don't make it?
Hi, welcome to Still Here podcast. My name is Precious Ochiagha and I am your host. This is a place where we have conversations with people that look like me and look like you. Talk about burnout, anxiety, depression, stress, anger, trauma, depression, and a total holistic view of your mental and your emotional wellness. We are very, very passionate on making sure that you are mentally aware, you are emotionally strong, and you are spiritually grounded. Because at the end of the day, you can only solve the problem when you already know what the issue is. So if you haven't, please just take time to subscribe to this channel so that we can have more of this content coming your way, because there's a whole lot that we have in store for you. Click the subscribe button, turn on the post notification. You can also find us on Instagram and on TikTok at sh.podcast with a double T. And you can find us on Spotify at the Precious Ochiagha or Still Here podcast. So let's go into it today. Every season or every episode of Still Here, we always try to cover every angle. And this time around, our guest is a student leader, speaker, and a passionate community builder who believes in using her voice and abilities to create impact. She is known for her dedication to service, her commitment to student welfare, and her active involvement in leadership and organizational development. She's currently the Director of Organizing and Welfare, LASU Debates Society, and over the years, she has built a reputation as someone who is dependable, driven, and deeply invested in helping people grow. She was the chairperson of Listen 8, the biggest student-led storytelling event, whether through leadership, public speaking, mentoring, or organizing initiatives. She is constantly seeking ways to contribute meaningfully to the spaces that she occupies. So without any more further ado, welcome my guest with me, Miss Gift Okhumode. Did I get it?
Yes, you did.
Hey. How are you?
I'm fine.
This is such a wholesome profile for a student. You're doing so much. How does it feel? First of all, how are you? Let's start from there.
I just finished an exam and the exam was long, but I'm fine.
You see, queen of multitasking. So your profile, that's so much that you have. What level are you now?
In my final semester.
You have all this, and I must commend you. I don't think I did up to this when I was in school.
I did a lot. Currently doing a lot.
Which explains why we are here talking about burnout. You know, having to shoulder all those things that you are doing and you're still doing the ones that you are doing. So before your burnout became obvious, what was it like being a student? What kind of person were you? Who is Gifts minus?
So before my burnout episode in 300 level, I was a person that everybody could rely on. I was somebody that you could call at 2 a.m. And say, "Give, please, I want you to work on something for me," and I would leave what I'm doing. I might be sleeping at that time, and I would leave what I'm doing and begin to type or do the project you ask and deliver it on deadline. So I was somebody that everybody could rely on, everybody could call at the time. I felt like my value was tied to how well I could help people at that time. So before my burnout episode, I was somebody that everybody could call at any time and say, "Gift, please help me run this project."
So everybody could just dump on you.
Yes. So it was basically that. You could just call me at any time and I would always show up.
Wow.
So I was giving to society, I was giving to my friends. I was just everywhere.
That seems like a lot to handle. Yeah, at such a tender, I mean, not too tender, but it's still like a very young age.
Yes,
to
it's a
be
young age.
shouldering all those things. So, looking back now, were there signs that you were carrying too long? You were carrying too much for too long before you acknowledged it?
Yes, there were definitely signs. I started, I stopped enjoying what I initially loved doing. So I stopped enjoying what I initially loved doing. I was constantly distracted. You could be talking to me and I would just zone out. And it was not because I was thinking about anything. I was just tired. So I started getting stressed. I was constantly tired. If you ask me, "Gift, how are you doing?" I'm tired.
Valid.
So I was always tired. I couldn't rest anymore. So 2 a.m. I'm up, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. My roommates were asking, "What's going on? You're not going to sleep." They'll wake up and say, "Gift, you're still awake." So it was that bad.
What were you doing awake?
I was helping people write different things.
Wow. Hey God, I beg you.
So somebody could just text me, "Please, I need my assignment done," and I would do it.
Wait, was this?
It was not paid.
Because as if you knew, I was about to say, was it for free?
It was not paid.
Like out of your goodwill.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So at what point did it stop feeling manageable? Like, when did the stress start feeling overwhelming for you?
When it was constant. So it was not something that you would do something and then you would rest. It was something that I was tired constantly. Like every day of my life, I was tired. And so when it stopped being just like an occasional something and it became a pattern. So I knew that, okay, this is not something to manage. This is something to deal with.
So while we were speaking, you mentioned to me that you found yourself crying almost everywhere and anywhere. What do you think was going on internally during all those seasons?
So I think I was putting myself under too much pressure. The pressure was too much and I was suppressing so much and I was not letting my emotions out. And so when I got burnt out, the tears were just flowing because I had already suppressed.
Like, so what was that tears like? Was it like you're just sitting
and I'm crying? Yes.
I think
and I'll be walking on the road and be crying. I mean, a stranger was telling me, "Auntie, you are crying," and I did not know I was crying.
Wow.
So it was that bad.
Wow. Hey God. So did you understand what you were experiencing, or were you just trying to I can push it?
At that time, I was just pushing through it. I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, "Oh, it's just the normal tiredness." But then when I found out that it was not something to manage anymore, I was like, okay, maybe it's depression. And then I was like, but no, I'm not suicidal. And I don't want to give up on life. So I knew it wasn't depression. But the moment I found out that it was not depression, when I found out what was really going on with me, it was my sister that told me. So I had a conversation with my sister, and during the conversation I was crying, and she was like, "Are you fine?" I was like, "Yes, I'm fine." And she was like, "You can talk to me." So I spoke to her, I told her everything, and she was like, "You do a lot. Do you expect that you will not be burnt out?" And so she told me that what I was currently experiencing was burnout, and I needed to cut down on a lot of things. Yes, and rest.
So just to correct a misconception, because I heard that, I was like, wait, let me just wait for you to land. Burnout does cause depression, and what you're experiencing is something called weeping spells. And weeping spells are one of the symptoms that depressed people go through. And I say that because there was a day I walked into my session, and I had shades on, and my psychologist was like, take it off. Like, no. And then while he was talking, I kept, checking my eyes and the rest of that. But he found out that I was crying. And immediately he found out I was crying. I was like, okay, no, it's like, you cannot be having weekly therapy and you are having weeping spells. You need to go for medications at this point. What I'm saying is that depression doesn't have to be suicidal. So I think that's like a common misconception.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you have, like what I had, when you have depression and you have suicidal ideation, most likely what you have is severe. Like, I'm not a doctor, just to put it out there, disclaimer, I'm not a professional. But once you have suicidal ideations, you most likely have severe depression. So like there are stages to depression. So there are mild, there's moderate, and there's severe.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be depressed and not suicidal, meaning you can be depressed and still want to love life. Like you can just like you say, like I don't want to end my life. So depression is not being tired of life. Depression is prolonged sadness. So that is your mood is weighing for a long period of time. So I don't think it's burnout, but I think they're probably, now we can't tell because you didn't necessarily go in for any clinical assessment. Yes. But probably if you're having weeping spells, most likely there was hint of depression. Maybe something mild or moderate was also coming into it. So what are the thoughts, since we're already here, what are the thoughts that were running through your mind during those moments?
So there were no thoughts about me being tired. They were negative thoughts. So there were thoughts like, what if I don't make it? What if I should just give up? Let me just not end my life, but just give up on every dream, every goal that I have. What if? So it was a lot of what ifs, and they were very negative. They were not positive at all. So they were bad thoughts that prolonged my sadness.
Do you think that because you mentioned it, your value, you kind of like attached your value to the busyness that you feel?
Yes.
Because you said something like, oh, what if I just give up on everything? Do you think that maybe somehow deep inside your mind, all those things you were doing it to prove a point?
That's a really good question. Was I doing it to prove a point? I was doing it to make my mom proud.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there's this thing about, and this one is not the general make mama proud that everybody's saying. I was doing it to make my mom really proud. I like when she's happy with me. I like when she's like, oh, that's my daughter. Mm. And so everything that I am currently doing,
you do for her.
I do for my mom.
Mm. Do you think that you have unconsciously put pressure to make your mom happy on yourself? I mean, it's not a bad thing to
I said it that I was putting pressure on myself. I think I am still doing it, but I am not doing it to that extent.
Do you think your mom would want that?
No.
So exactly. So like, why do you think? Because at the end of the day, you are proving a point to your. You need to. I think if you think about it too deep, are you really proving a point to your mom, or proving a point to yourself that you can make her proud? Because, like I said, looking at your profile, you're in your final year, and I know that profile, that's not all that. I know I've spoken to you at length, and I know that there's so much more that you do that's not on your profile. And then I'm very sure you have good grades in school. So balancing all of that with all the social activities that you do, leading a debate society and all of that. That's what brings me back to your question. You think that there has been a reason why you just feel the need to be busy, be better. Maybe there is something that you just underneath do not want to be like. Don't know if that makes sense.
Yes. So I think that there's a general conception that when that the most busy people are like the most successful people. And I think I was buying into that idea that the most busy people were the most successful people. And so anytime at all that I found myself not busy, I felt guilty. That why will I not be
unproductive?
Yes, I'm unproductive. So if anybody asks me, what did you do today? And the only thing I did that day was probably rest or watch a movie, I'll tell them, oh, I had an unproductive day. I didn't do anything in my day. And I feel guilty about it. So rest started to feel like something I should be guilty about.
I can relate, like, because I think when you're a person that is constantly moving and you have to come to a place of stillness, it's hard. It's hard to come to that place. I remember transitioning from going to work to working online to doing like social media. And you would think that somebody as exposed as I am, because I mean, even the job I was doing, I was still in social media, but like I had to go to work, I had tasks in my brain. There were like 67 tabs open, productive in all sphere. And then now I'm saying that I'm editing 3 videos in a day, or I shot 20 videos and I edited 5, and that is supposed to be productive. It's like, was I not just staring at my phone all day? And even beyond that, there are times where my brain is tired and it wants to rest, and then you now start feeling guilty. Then the next day you now overwork yourself.
Yes.
To make up.
I thought it was just me.
You now overwork yourself to make up for the time that you did not work. I don't know who puts this pressure on us, but burnout is real. So like you said that you spoke to your sister. Apart from your sister, did you feel comfortable talking to anybody about it, or even before speaking to her, or you felt like you could carry it alone?
So I felt like I could carry it alone. I am somebody that I do not like to ask for help. Other people. I do not like to burden other people. Telling people, please help me with this. It's very difficult for me. It is still very difficult.
Are you a first child?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. But I don't like to. I feel like that is inconveniencing people. So asking for help felt like an inconvenience on people. I felt like, I should be the one that should be inconvenienced and not the other way around.
My father used to say, you are not El Shaddai, or you shall die. So at a point, you decided that things need to stop. So how difficult was it for you to choose yourself, choose your well-being over people's expectations?
It was extremely difficult. I was even questioning it. Like before I had to let go of I had to leave some spaces that I was working. I had to tell some friends no when I wanted to say yes. And that felt like I was disappointing them in a way. But I just had to choose myself. But it was very difficult doing that. I was working with a particular lady. She's my friend. She was also going through depression at the time, so that was how we met. And
people trauma bonded.
Yes. And so she spoke to me about it, I spoke to her about it, and we were like that. And then we became extremely close. So she opened she started a business. Now it was a public speaking business, and she asked me if I could be a personal assistant, not paid, but again. And so I agreed. And so letting go of that was very difficult. I had to send her a long text explaining why I had to leave that space. And till now, anytime I see her, I'm like, I left this lady.
But then you choose yourself.
Yes.
At the end of the day. Yes. Looking back, do you think that this burnout was created by only workload, or there were deeper emotional factors involved? I will explain, because like I said, I've had to go through a burnout aspect of my life where, yes, I'm always tired. Like, I'm tired. Yeah, and it's also funny that I'm working on it. People will be like, smile now. I'm like, smile that. There's nothing to be
very.
Why are you people shining teeth? I don't have the strength to even fake a laugh to you. Like, there's nothing to be happy about. I'm tired. And finding out that it wasn't just work. sometimes it looks like we use work to
cover
cover up some deficiencies.
Yes.
So do you think that it was deeper than workload, that there were like deeper emotional factors that you were dealing with at the time?
Yes, I think I was just using work, occupations
People
to
pleasing.
just cover it. I think the thing that was happening was that pressure I was putting on myself.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I think I just wanted to keep moving. I just wanted to keep doing something. I always like to tell my mom, "Oh, I'm doing this," and she'll smile. So it was like that. So I was putting constant pressure on myself. "Oh, you can do this," and then I was comparing myself with others. So it was not just what I was like, "Oh, if this person can do it, I can do it too." And so I would accept what the person gives or what the person says to me just because I want to be like this person. So it was like that.
So now I see that you're talking from a place of recovery. So what did recovery what did it begin to look like for you?
So recovery started looking like saying no. So it's basically saying no. I just had to learn the 2-letter word no.
I think that's like people pleasing 101. I think yours is not just burnout.
Yeah,
people
pleasing, because I just had to learn to say no. I had to stop comparing myself. I had to rest. Now, rest was not looking like, "Oh, I've done something wrong." Rest was looking like, "Oh, I have rested. I've chosen myself." So I had to keep telling myself. So I wrote it on my sticky notes. I put it all around my house that my value is not tied to people. My value, I started writing different things that I would read in the morning.
Would you like to share a bit or someone?
Okay, yes, I wrote one, people pleasing. I wrote my value is not tied to people. I wrote gift, you must learn to say no. I wrote there were about 20.
Wow.
I wrote it all over my walls. I've removed them now.
Oh, yeah, big girl.
No. No. I left the house, so I removed them. But I wrote a lot of things. It was just about value, learning to say no. I wrote rest is compulsory. I wrote it is not necessary, it is compulsory, because I knew that I was not resting at the time. And I even wrote when I was supposed to sleep. So
you put a time
to it.
So what have you learned about rest, about boundaries and self-worth since then?
I said it before, rest is compulsory. Rest is not it's not necessary. It is very compulsory. And for boundaries, I would just say that you setting up boundaries, it's not you disrespecting the friendship, the relationship. It's you strengthening the relationship. Because a relationship void of boundary is a relationship that would go down along the line. So I said it that boundaries are things that must be in a relationship. So my no is no, my yes is yes. Anything I want to do is the thing I should.
You should respect that.
Yes.
You already spoke about self-worth already, about saying your values are not being tied to people or to the work that you do. Because like I said, at a point we do tie our productivity to our self-worth. And then you're like, there was one time I was speaking and I think I wanted to start up something. So once I decided that I wanted to take this mental and emotional health thing serious, I had to change the entire course of my life. So I had changed my content. I was already in the media space and the rest, and podcasts, real estate and the rest. And I was like, okay, you know what? I really want to chase this emotional and mental stuff, and I would want to speak. And I started feeling like less of myself. I started to doubt my competence. I was like, Precious, you don't know what you're saying. I started to feel like a fraud.
Wow.
Because I'm saying, you need to prioritize rest, your burnout, leadership. I was also calling out leaders because I realized that I was working on a broken model. I was leading people and I was emotionally damaged. And it wasn't working. And I kept pushing, and then it was hurting people. So I kind of changed my personal brand to focus on achieving individuals, helping them to analyze that most of the issues that you're going through in your team is actually from your own burnout.
Yes.
So I started feeling like a fraud. So I was telling my my doctor about this. And he said to me, Precious, well, how come you're feeling like a god? When you were working before, didn't you do this? I mean, then started saying, you did this, you achieved this, you did this, you did this. So all of a sudden, why does it feel like you cannot do anything? Because you left that place. Now you feel like you are not competent enough. So I think even for high achieving individuals, for successful people that are always functional, it's very easy to start to tie our worth to our productivity and things that we achieve. Makes us feel good about ourselves.
Yeah, I have this.
I did this. And it's quite annoying because you are never really satisfied. You keep doing it and like, I'm not still satisfied with, no matter what you achieve, is never enough.
Yes.
So if you could speak to the version of yourself that was crying in secret and carrying everything alone, what would you tell her?
I'll tell her that she doesn't have to carry it alone. I'll tell her that sometimes opening up is the solution. Because telling my sister just made me feel good about the situation.
Helps, yeah.
And I think I'll tell her that a family is at home, because my mom called and she was like, come home. And so when she said come home, I was like, I have a family that cares. So I'll tell her that she should keep maintaining the relationship with her family, because it is important that she does that.
You see, the home that she's trying so hard to please is not even pressuring her to please her that much.
Exactly.
What would you say to a student who is constantly overwhelmed or killing them, but telling themselves that they just need to try harder?
So I would say that trying harder is not always the solution. Sometimes just knowing when to rest. You know, when people say rest, that's the solution. Because you don't, sometimes I think people just try harder and harder, and they do not know that they're not working smart. They're just working hard. They're just trying hard. So I would say you should take a pause, reflect on what you can do differently. Because if you keep trying harder and there are no results, I think that you have to question what you are doing. So take a pause, relax, and then look for things that can be done differently.
Wow, thank you so much. This has been an amazing session, and I will just ask you, normally I have a final question I ask all my guests, but somehow I just feel like you're the second person in this season. I'm saying, did you any final words, anything you want to say at all to a student, to yourself, to anybody, anything at all?
Okay. To myself,
anybody you choose to speak to.
I think I will talk to everybody. To myself, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. To anybody, a student, anybody battling burnout, depression, I would just say that it always gets better. God always makes it better.
It always gets better. This has been amazing, and we do need to normalize conversations like this more and more, and that's why we do want you to share your story. We want to hear your story, and please just send us a message. You can send us a DM on Instagram at sh.podcast with a double T, or send us an email at stillyearpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. We would love to know what you've been through, and let other people, your story deserves to be told. This seat could be for you. So massive thank you to our sponsor once again, Raja Olix, for this episode, and till we meet again the next time. This is Still Here Podcast, and you're still here, and that is more than enough for now.